Let's continue with the show now. Time for the newspaper review. Friday, it is. So Ben Alaya is here to dissect issues. Look at him. We were missing you last week, Ben, and we looked at the papers everywhere, issues. And then the guys are like, Ben would have made it rain. So I think it was good. You stayed where you were. Well, good to have you around. Always a pleasure to have you come and talk.
Thank you, Austin, and Cecilia, and of course, Salam. It's good to be here always with you guys. Fantastic analysis. I watch you guys every day, and I think you guys are doing super job.
Thank you. Thank you. Where you have role models like Ben, you don't have a choice. Okay, let's start with Cecilia. Loves this paper, so let's start with her.
I don't know why you guys keep giving me Sporting Sun. Okay, it's more like a tablet. Sporting Sun, Player of the Month award, the NHL battles Aguero signing, of course, definitely. That's passed. It definitely went to Aguero and, of course, Coleman. Both of them actually got that award. Okay, which one is really big right now? Ahead Barcelona clash, Wenger bars Spanish language. Okay, I love that. Then Finnish club hooks salami. Okay. And Torres linked with Chinese league. Is that a new home?
Yeah.
NFF to name new Falcons coach.
Okay.
We're still waiting
so
for that
pick
one. Over to you.
NFF to name new Falcons coach. I'd rather go there because now who do we want to name? Is it a foreign coach? Is it a local coach? The interiors of this world, we know that Warri Wolves are already hooked Sam Opodu,
of course.
And so it's, I don't know who they will want to hook now. And because we need, the Super Falcons as it stands now need a revival. Because everybody in Africa is now beating us. Equatorial Guinea dealt with us, Cameroon can beat us, South Africa is preventing us from going to the Olympics. So we need a total overhaul. And you need somebody who has a background of women's football to come and do that. So I hope that, I know that Barrister Green, who is the head of the technical subcommittee of the NFF, should have this at the back of his mind and say, look, if we are picking somebody, we have to pick somebody who is forward-looking and who is sound and who can help revive women's football. Because as it stands now, we are not even #1 in Africa. Forget the FIFA ranking that placed us ahead of every other African country. We are down.
Yeah, based on the points we've accumulated over the years, other African countries were playing, not
but
really
now
serious.
we are at par. Equatorial Guinea can beat us home and away. South Africa dealt with us home and away. We should wake up. Cameroon is even, they will draw with us here and go to Cameroon and beat us. So we need to wake up.
So we're not carrying that superpower status anymore.
No,
that's a reflection of what we've done to our women's football.
Absolutely. That's why we also, at a point, are advocating that there should be even a change in the leadership of the Women's Football League.
Yeah, we'll get to
because
that,
we said people who are forward-looking, people who are business-like, like one of our kind, Aisha Falode and co, who are offering themselves for service, should come and bring sponsorship and revive Nigerian women's football.
Let me come in here. Does it have to do with the leadership? I mean, the board of Dilichukwu, because does it have to do with the board? Are they the ones that would definitely want to name a coach for Super Falcons? Because I remember Amanju Pinnick was here in December and he talked about how they wanted to get a foreign coach and how the company wanted to sponsor, money and all that, salaries and all, bankrupt and they didn't have money and so many things like that. And this is February, we're still talking about appointing. We don't even know when. No, I'm looking at the fact that if you want to talk about the women's national team, and you have a league board, and that league is under Nigerian Football Federation, I think the decision from Nigerian Football Federation definitely supersedes what the board will be doing.
No.
Okay, it doesn't.
The board must contribute because the board is the leadership. I mean, they make a lot of
take recommendations to the NFF.
Yes, it's like the technical.
What Aisha Falode that you mentioned is actually the coordinator of women's national team, right?
Absolutely.
So what was the contribution?
Her contribution has been largely in the background because there's a chairperson of the Nigerian Women's League who supersedes everybody. And that is Dilichukwu Nyedima, like you rightly mentioned. Now, that is in our purview. Of course, the Nigerian Football Federation must make some contribution to the Women's League. But it is incumbent on the Women's League to go out there and source for funds and say, okay, all the blue chip companies who are, feminine friendly should come and help revive women's football. We cannot sit down and fold our hands and cry every day.
How the company actually puts money into a league whereby state government will decide to be owing players close to 6 months and not even thinking about it?
That is atrocious, and it is unbelievable. I heard the Commissioner for Sports, Cross River, saying so, but what can you do? This is Nigeria, and but we have to start changing things. This is the period for change, after all.
Okay, let's change it.
Yes, straight to the sports day. Yes, that's where we go next now. And Ben, this story, I know you're going to have a lot to say about it, about Keshi, the Olise, the NFF and technical committee. Apparently, there's a meeting this weekend. What are you hearing? What's likely to come out of that meeting?
Well, what they are saying is, you know, it's not likely that Olise may continue. And they are now looking back and saying, we are now thinking that Keshi was a lot more matured. I was giving somebody a scenario, a colleague of ours yesterday. I said, well, when I was media officer, we were traveling to Barcelona for Catalonia for that Catalonian trophy.
Yeah.
And then we got to the airport and there was a drug issue by one of the passengers in the aircraft we were supposed to take, Alitalia, to be precise. And then, because of that, the flight was cancelled. And they said we were going to travel in the morning, the following morning. So we had to go back to the hotel, slept, and went. And when we got to Madrid, we had to sleep at the airport because we also have missed our flight. And the person who took charge of every of our provisions was Stephen Okechukwu Keshi. He was buying food for us. It was anything you want to eat. Do you want to drink? Do you want coffee? He took charge. Of course, our secretary also was contributing. Dayo Nibiacho, God bless him, he's a fantastic guy. Yeah. You know, but they took over everything. And of course, you know that if you do these things, you are a professional. You know that you are working for someone else, and then you make your claims. Right. And then it will be paid at the appropriate time. You don't come to the media to say this is what
we understand that leadership comes with a lot of sacrifice. But this same Sunday only said the Nigerian Football Federation, after the game against Guinea, came out to say next focus is the match against Egypt in March. So hearing all of this now, all these talks coming out of
the undercurrents are massive, Austin. If you want to believe, unless we are deceiving ourselves, look at what one of the headlines in the Sporting Life is saying. Yes. So Olise has already alerted FIFA. Olise alerts FIFA on contract. This thing. Lawyers are already working.
So it's in a case of he sees what is coming.
Absolutely, you should know.
I want to believe this is actually sensational headlines because you're having a game in March, just a few weeks away from now.
I don't believe it's a sensational headline. If you know the editor of this paper, Adeoye Kiri, he gets his information right. He's been my editor at some point, so he's highly experienced. He cannot just sensationalize a story when he knows that it is not true.
Why would the NFF be doing this? Because that's what I'm trying to understand. We have a crucial game against Egypt in March. And then, this is not what we should be talking about, Ben. Come on.
It is not the NFF.
Look, Austin, let me tell you, it is not for me.
For once, I am on the side of the leadership of the Federation. For once. You know why? It is not the NFF that is doing this. This kick-started when Olise said he has spent $4,000
exactly.
on the Super Eagles after they have failed, to cross the first round, of the tournament. And so if he has started that, all you needed to do was to have approached your employers and say, gentlemen, I have spent $4,000, I'm sending my claims. And then you explain it. Of course, there was a secretary. Yes, there was no money, but that, we said so one time here when we came here and people were accusing us. When I said, why do you go capacity building when you don't even have money to pay players' allowances? Yes. Now it is coming to the fore. We're back again to where we ought to have started from. You don't take chairman to what capacity are the chairman building now when you can't pay players allowances and bonuses, you can't hire coaches, you can't meet simple obligations of football. It is demeaning to Nigerian football, and I think we need to wake up. And it is also incumbent on the media to wake up and say, gentlemen, wake up.
But I think we need to play down on the stories because of.
We should not play down on this. The more we play down on this story, the more harm
because of distractions. Because you wouldn't want to be seeing headlines like this. How long has he been on the job?
Yeah, but
and you
then
have a back to
it's
you have
the reality.
you have
Cecilia,
a back-to-back
the
hit
relationship,
coming up in
it
March.
appears. No, but it's the
In
reality,
Egypt,
Cecilia.
and of course here, and we don't even know if they're going to use Port Harcourt or Kaduna.
The Nigerian Football Federation may have a plan B. I mean, if you are a leader and your employer is employee, is saying ABC, you have to have a plan B in place. That's what leadership
coaches
is.
hired to be fired.
So I don't know why
you are
she's
as good as your last
emotional about it.
I remember what happened to the Super Falcons where you let a coach go just 2 weeks to when they were going to have a crucial Olympic qualifier, and we did not qualify for that
But-
one.